bu- 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 You know, there's two stories now. Two stories in 2 days on homelessness. Now, for 8 years, the Obama administration, we didn't hear a word about homelessness, did we? I mean, if we did, it's not memorable, and it certainly would not have been a negative. It would have been how wonderful the Obama agenda is at reducing it. So here we are, 10 months into Trump's first year. AP blames booming economy for an increase in West Coast homelessness. This is 2 days in a row now. And I've been wondering where the homeless stories were because they always resurface during Republican administrations. Now, we all know, if you keep track, that Southern California, and, well, San Francisco too, California homelessness is a problem that has been permanent, and the left in Los Angeles and San Francisco hasn't the slightest idea how to deal with it, and they have only made it worse with traditional liberal thinking and policies. But now, with Trump in the Oval Office and the economy booming, all of a sudden, that's why there's an increase in homelessness. AP, you had to figure that the Associated Press would at some point finally recognize the existence of the nation's booming economy, at least compared to the wait a minute, this is not AP, this is Newsbusters writing about it. At any rate, the AP's the premise of their story here is that the booming economy is leaving people out. The booming economy is unfair. Certain people are not benefiting from the boom, and therefore homelessness is on the rise. Mathematically, common sense-wise, it doesn't make any sense. But then again, the homeless issue has always been a fraud from the get-go. The number of homeless, who caused it, why they exist, and it's always been tied to Republican policies. And I just wanted to note that it's resurfacing. And in fact, here's a second story. AP San Diego's high rent fuels homelessness and a hepatitis outbreak. Like other major cities all along the West Coast, San Diego struggling with a homeless crisis in a place that bills itself as America's finest city, renowned for its sunny weather, surfing, and fish tacos. Spiraling real estate values have contributed to spiraling homelessness, leaving more than 3,200 people living on the streets or in their cars. It's a new phenomenon. Why, it just now occurred. It just now happened. Only because of Trump are rents through the roof. Only now have rising real estate values happened because of Trump. And what this illustrates, folks, is that the mainstream media and the Democrat Party have a playbook. They are not innovative. They simply go to past pages in the playbook when scenarios exist, and they simply cut and paste what they have previously written about prior Republican presidents and plug the stuff in with the current sitting Republican president. I mean, it's not even any news. They just, it's the thought process. Republican president, booming economy. There have to be people left out. We can blame the Republicans for that. And bammo, they do it. And they search the archives and they find story after story after story from the 80s when Reagan was president, and story after story after story when George H.W. Bush was president, and similar stories when George W. Bush was president. And they redo them and they recycle them and they plug in current people, current events to a basic boilerplate story that constantly exists. Nothing new about it. And as usual, it's packed, filled with, I think it's outright lies, but certainly misinformation. Okay, brief timeout. We'll be back and continue right after this. Don't go away.